Okay, this is a very brief little activity just to show you how to use CorelDraw at a very basic level. We use it as a drawing tool to power the laser cutter. So what we need to do to start off with, open up CorelDraw. Yours might look different depending if you've got a Mac or a PC, but just to start off with, we're going to start a new one. Sometimes when you open it might actually have this, so let's title it Your Name. So you can just type in whatever your name is. Let's just make sure that the primary color mode is RGB. The size of our machine will be 600 millimeters by 300, so you can change that, and then we press OK. That now gives us the bed of most of the laser cutters that we have in the college, and just really basically the things that we will notice is just up the top we've just got new, open, save, all those types of basic ones, importing a PDF, those types of things. Down the side here we've got our editing and drawing tools. So just to start off with, we're going to hover. If you hover over the little icons, they'll actually tell you what they are and give you some information. Just starting with rectangular tool. So down the bottom here too, you'll notice that there's some little instructions here. So double click to create the frame, or we can just drag it out. So I'm just going to drag my rectangular shape out, so just holding down the left button, and I'm going to resize it just here. So I'm going to resize it to 80 millimeters by 40 millimeters for my tag, and you'll notice that the rectangular tool is still active, so we can come back up to the pick tool to deactivate that. We can come back and select on our little rectangle that we've drawn so far, and we've got some options here for rounding the corner, for creating little chamfers or scallops and those types of things. So I'm just going to go on the fillet, and I'm just going to make it be a fillet of 10 millimeters. And that's going to create just that little bit of a round. I can use the scroll wheel on a mouse to pan in, or you can use your touchpad. And then I'm going to put a little circle in here, and my little circle, to make a circle, it needs to have like the diameter being the same. So I'm just going to make it 6 millimeters by 6 millimeters. That now creates that. Back to my pick tool, and I can just pick this up from the center, and I can just move it so it's it's visually sitting in the middle, or we can put it up in the top corner. That's entirely up to you. With the if I now drag a box around all of that, I can now move all of those items up to the top corner, and then from here the line weight depends on how the laser cutter reacts to it. So if I drag a box around everything I want the laser cutter to cut through, I need to change this to hairline as the line weight. So I can just check that by clicking on here, just making sure that the whole thing is hairline, which it is. And now I'm just going to come through and put some text, and so I'm just going to put a text box. So just dragging with my left click, choose the font that you want to choose. You can type in your name, Newington Technology. You can highlight that text, and we can make it bigger because it's quite hard to see there. If the box is red, that will mean that we need to just expand that text box to fit everything in. And we can see that the text that I've chosen there for the size of the box isn't going to fit, so we can just go through and we just have a little bit of a muck around until we find something that we're happy with. And we can also, the other thing too, which I might do for mine, and it's up to you what you want to do with yours, is we can just, if you notice you don't have certain things, you look for these little expanding arrows. And so I just want to have a look at the alignment of it, and I'm just going to make mine centered just because that's how I want it to look. And I might actually just grab onto this and move it up the page a little bit. The text is still too big, so just again having a bit of a muck around and an explore just to see what's going to fit. Might just zoom in on it so I can see it all just a little bit better. I'm going to make this little text box a bit smaller. So just visually we're going to make sure that that's in the center. And so that's fine now. And now I'm just going to go to save. I'm going to save it as your name, as a CorelDraw file, embedding the font.